Smallville Season 11 is set after Season 10's finale. The hit TV show starring Tom Welling as Clark Kent saw how Superman became the man he is today. In 10 seasons, we saw how Clark became the Man of Steel, embracing his destiny as a hero. In Season 11, we see Clark after that. 6 months has passed since Clark saved Earth from Darkseid. Metropolis is now under the protection of Superman, who brought about a new era of peace. The volume begins with Superman saving a Russian space station after a freak storm. Superman quickly saves them. Later, Clark Kent talks to Lois at their apartment. Clark discusses the possibility of outing himself as an alien from another world. However, Lex Luthor has other plans. Lex is haunted by his sister's ghost, Tess Mercer. Meanwhile, Chloe investigates the rift that occurred during the Russian space crash. She and Lois find that a spaceship crashed to Earth during the event. Meanwhile, Lex is in Metropolis General, investigating why he's seeing his sister's ghost. However, he has been given a clean bill of health. Meanwhile, Clark is in space and using a new superpower called multi-spectral vision. He is unable to learn what caused the storm. Lex launches a press conference unveiling the Guardian platform, designed to protect Earth from aliens after Darkseid invasion. The man who will be flying it is Hank Henshaw. The Guardian is launched, but crashes mid-flight, forcing Superman to save the day. However, Henshaw is badly injured as a result. Chloe and Oliver in Smallville, searching for the alien spaceship. What they find, however, is far more surprising. Meanwhile, Lois goes to visit Henshaw and his wife, who is griefly stricken and blames Superman. Superman visits Lex, but the military intervene, resulting in near catastrophe. Superman quickly diffuses the situation. Chloe and Oliver discuss their move to Star City, while searching for the mysterious visitor. Lex uploads Henshaw's memories into a cybernetic drone, which proceeds to choke Luthor to death. Issue 4 sees Superman talking to General Lane. Superman is about to agree to go to Washington, D.C. in hopes of providing peace. However, Dr. Hamilton contacts Superman to warn him about Henshaw. Superman rushes in to save Henshaw's wife and Dr. Hamilton. He fights Henshaw as he attempts to calm him down. Later, Superman apologizes to Lex, only to learn that Lex has put a tracker underneath Superman's skin. Chloe and Oliver confront the mysterious visitor, learning that she is from Earth 2. Who is this mystery woman? What will Clark do now? Hey there. So, we are gonna talk about Smallville Season 11, Guardian. Smallville Season 11 is part of a growing trend of TV to comic book. Guardian is probably perhaps one of the better comic books. Because I feel like these types of like TV to comic book mediums do only work in a sense. Like I once read a comic, Charmed to be exact, which was made into a comic book, and it didn't work for that particular show. In Smallville, it does make sense. Guardian, like, Smallville was originally based off a comic book, so it easily transitioned back into a comic book. And, Smallville Season 11 still feels like Smallville. It just has a lot more mythology being put into it to build on the show's elements. Guardian has a new status. Smallville Season 11 sets up a new status quo with that. This is no longer about the early years of Clark Kent becoming Superman, but is about Clark as Superman. Clark having now embraced his destiny as a superhero. And when I first heard about Smallville coming into the comic book, I did wonder how they were going to top off the whole Darkseid story. But they do it brilliantly. This isn't about, because as opposed to going bigger and better, they expand on what they have. And they even throw in Earth 2, which was done in Season 10, with the whole Earth 2 stuff. And they bring Earth 2 back as a more focused story. Yeah, they do really bring Smallville back and expand upon the mythology that the show set up. Which does mean we get a lot of references to the show itself, as well as other Superman mediums. For example, one of the references we get is Christopher Reeve as Virgil Swan. He does appear in this comic book, and it's really, really well placed. We also get references to stuff from Season 3, definitely stuff relating to Season 10, even Season 1, just lots of good references that sort of are used to create a story. Lex Luthor is one of the best characters in this comic book. Guardian is Lex's true reintroduction back into the Smallville universe. And he is definitely a good mixture between comic book Lex and Lex Luthor from the Smallville universe. And they're just meshed together really, really well. He was really good. Lex Luthor is sort of dealing with the aftermath of everything that happened whilst he's been gone. And we also get Tess Mercer reappearing. And her reappearance is, really interesting. Because Lex Luthor has to feel guilty about something, but he's still, like, in control of the entire situation. And there's definitely a really good power play between Tess and Lex. Hank Henshaw appears in this comic book, and he's pretty cool. He's a really good character. Hank Henshaw was originally Cyborg Superman, and he appeared after the death of Superman, with Superman fighting Doomsday. Cyborg Superman became the Superman, in a way, and he's part of Superman's rogue gallery. And him appearing in this comic book was really interesting, and what they do with him is really interesting too. So I liked that. Earth 2 is definitely the main, like, wow, I can't believe that just happened. Because yes, Earth 2 is in this story, but a certain character appears that we haven't seen in previously, and this, I don't want to give it away, because if I gave it away, there wouldn't be any point reading the story. But this certain character is definitely has a major role to play in the future. And I couldn't believe that they did this with the character. And they also mentioned the Crisis, which refers to Infinite Crisis, Identity Crisis, and Final Crisis. And these three were basically three storylines that introduced the multiverse. What a perfect way to reintroduce Smallville and make it bigger. Because not only are they expanding, but they're expanding Smallville's part in the multiverse, which I really, really liked. And I wonder if we're gonna get a I wonder if we're gonna get a references to the original timeline, Earth Prime, I want to say. Basically the New 52 continuity. And I wonder if that's going to get referenced in some way. So, to conclude, great comic. I give this comic a 4.5 out of 5. And the reason why I say 4.5 out of 5, because my only real disappointment with this comic was, I was expecting something a bit bigger compared to what will happen in the future, because I have read everything up to Aliens. I was expecting something a bit bigger. But this is a really good introduction to Smallville and bringing it back to its comic book, you know, and putting it into a comic book format. So thank you very much for listening to me. So what do you think of Smallville? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think it should never have been done in comic book form? Tell me what you think, and I shall see you all later for another comic book review. Bye.